I'm Stephen, and we've got this farm with my wife Samantha and Archer and Georgie. We've been here for 8 years now. It's 140 hectares. We milk 475 cows. We'll try and milk a few more this year if we can, but it's good fun, little family, so it's good to have them out on the farm, so it's good. We decided to build a bison shed, so everyone we talked to, they could supply a shed, but not the labour to build the shed. Whereas bison, I think it was February, March, I talked to them and to talk to Cameron, and it could be built by the end of June. I wanted it for that calving, and it was built before then, so that's why we went with bison. So when we built the calving shed, we don't check them anymore. The cows, if we finish at 5:30 of an arvo, they don't get looked at until, say, 5 o'clock the next morning. And we had no trouble, because they're warm, it's dry. So this is our second calving. We're about halfway through calving now, but last year we didn't lose a cow. So what probably makes bison different than the other people that build the sheds, we've got other calf sheds they're good sheds, but they're not strong like the bison sheds. They seem to specialise in the big sheds that can handle a big open space, whereas other companies, they can, but it's not as strong. For the outlay of money we're spending on this, we wanted it to last, so bisons are stronger than the others, so that's why we went with bison to do that. First off, we built just the calving shed on its own, and the crew that come and did that Tom overseen that a bit as well, and anything that was happening, let me know, so I always knew what was going on. If they needed the tractor or something, I always knew beforehand. But then the crew turned up to build the shed. They must be nice to work for, bison, because they're all really good fellas. They was real good to get on with, and they were clean, and we'd bring the kids over and they got on with them, it was good. But then we did the overhang this year, and it was a different crew, and they were all lovely too. So it was both crews we've had building the shed have been really nice to deal with. When we're not using the calving shed as a calving shed, we filled it up with hay last year and straw, which was handy, but because it's fairly high, we had the little trucks coming in. I was unloading the trucks inside the calving shed. And then as we started to use it, we took some hay from here out to the block. The shoe was raining, the little trucks are in there out of the weather. So it's a big high shed, so the tractor flies around in there, doing all the straw. It's all safe and pretty simple, so. Well, if I was gonna do this shed again, I'd use bison just because everything that was gonna happen happened when it was gonna happen or earlier. Every other shed we built hasn't been like that. There's always delays, or they can't get their crew together to come and build it, whereas this was put up before they said they was gonna do it. So people come and have a look at it and ask it, and we encourage them to use bison because it flows and it's gonna be the best for them.